appreciated that you're taking this time Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers and what it can do for you and your career in the industry. We'll just start off by what we're going to talk about today briefly. So first I'll give you an overview about the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers, followed by our qualifications, what we actually can offer, and a little bit of an overview of the courses and study methods and learning resources, and finally how to get started. And then hopefully if we have some time at the end of the session, I'll be happy to take some of your questions. So let's get started. A little bit about us. So I know some of you may be familiar with the Institute, but for those of you who are not, I'll just talk a little bit about the Institute. So it was founded in 1911, actually by 8 shipbrokers from the Baltic Exchange, who had the first objective to protect and promote the industry of shipbroking by examination and issuing of a certificate. Here we are 115 years later, and we still do exactly that, which I always think is pretty amazing. So we still examine and we still offer now its membership certificates. We're the only internationally recognized professional body in commercial shipping. And although we are the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers, shipbroking now in our world covers all commercial-based shipping professionals. Our motto is our word, our bond, which of course is a key integral part of the shipping industry, trust and standards. I said we're globally recognized, and we're largely globally recognized because we actually have 3,500 members and fellows, over 100 company members, and they're actually based in over 90 countries around the world. We operate through a branch system, and we have 27 branches. We also have 10 international teaching centers and 12 recognized partners. And you can see them on a map. So we don't cover everywhere in the globe, but we cover a high percentage of the key shipping areas. We have over 2,000 individual students each year, taking over 4,000 exams in over 150 exam centers worldwide each year. Our branches are very important to us. We have 27 branches around the world, and they offer the local support to our members and students. Now, the support they offer is in a variety of forms, from formal CPD training, professional development courses, seminars, webinars, to social networking, to more social activities, hiking, golf, five-a-side football, and also many of them have their own annual dinners and local prize-giving events. Now, these are all run predominantly by member volunteers, so we're always grateful for our members for doing so. And they come from the industry, so can offer real-life experience for you. Why choose the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers? So firstly, it's about the knowledge that you gain from us. So as I just said, we do ongoing webinars, seminars to try and keep members and students updated with the latest in industry. We have a quarterly membership magazine, Shipping Network, and there are various CPD events run through our branch network. One of the most important things is to be able to demonstrate professional knowledge and competency. So this is largely through our examinations. So as you're probably aware in your own countries, there are no real barriers to entry into the shipping industry. You could start with no knowledge or a lot of knowledge. One of the standouts about our members, because they've gone through this professional certification process, they can prove that they have good knowledge of the shipping industry. Networking is very important in our industry, and we are one big global community. As I've said earlier, 27 branches, thousands of members across the globe. It's great business opportunities, it's great opportunities to get support from your peers, and also some nice social networking events as well. Most importantly, because our qualification is well known throughout the globe and with some of the leading companies in the industry, it may open doors for you with professional career opportunities. Many branches offer careers days to help support people in developing their career and obtaining employment in the industry. We have a prize giving award. Some are done locally, and we do one centrally as well. Now, what are the main challenges that we're currently faced in the industry?
So we're just going
I
to
don't
launch
know.
a quick poll to go over what you think the main challenges are in the industry. So if you just quickly answer this poll, we're going to give it just a couple of minutes to hear what you all think are the main challenges currently. Okay, great. So we've had some responses, so do keep them coming. We'll just hold the poll open for another 20, 30 seconds, and then we'll have a look at your answers. And hopefully there'll be some common themes. Okay, just 10 more seconds. Okay, and we're going to end it there. So what kind of answers have we got? So we've got 43 responses, which is great. So we have outdated international framework, geopolitical tensions such as the war between Ukraine and Russia. We've also got political problems and frictions in many parts of the world, market volatility, proper integration of data. Again, I think geopolitics is coming up quite a lot as a theme, as well as balancing sustainability, digitalization, and again, geopolitics. Political barriers stemming from wars around major straits and ports, legal frictions. We've got chalk point disruption, green, make the industry more green, so decarbonisation. The market's not stable. Again, I think there's a kind of common theme again around war, import tariffs. So yeah, some really interesting points there. So now back to you, Robert. Thanks everyone for your answers.
Great, thanks, Emma, and thanks everyone for contributing. And I think the challenges around the world are very similar because it is a global industry. So the ones we sort of highlighted, of course, geopolitical tensions. Although the Iran, US, Middle East conflict, Straits of Hormuz, Russia, Ukraine always take the headlines, But there's some sort of about 30 other recognized hotspots around the world that are creating local tensions and challenges for the maritime industry. Decarbonisation, of course, is an obvious one, whether that's alternative fuels, improved uh, weather routing, or many other ways of addressing the carbon emissions. But it's a very hot topic, of course. Skills shortage, which I don't think anyone popped up there, but that's a real challenge. It's often spoken about seagoing staff and those on board. There's a huge skills shortage, but there is also in some sectors for shore-based skills as well. Of course, digitalization is a hot topic with digitalized documentation, and also now we include in that the input of AI and where that will be placed in our industry. Along the lines of all the digitalization, automation, use of the internet comes an increased risk of cyber attacks. And so cyber security should not be overlooked. And that's a very important factor to consider. And of course, all the environmental regulations coming into force, uh, both regionally and also globally through the IMO. So it's very important to monitor environment. We can see that certainly if you're in Europe, you'll see that with the current bushfires or wildfires in Spain and France and even in the UK. And we have seen some terrible wildfires in North America recently as well. Now, our syllabus, whatever of these challenges you're looking to address or are involved in, you must know the basic shipping elements and core functions to be able to address these properly. And that's where our syllabus has been designed to support all individuals in the maritime industry to meet these universal challenges. So, as we come on to the topic of our syllabus, our syllabus is all designed to support the maritime professional and give them the tools to be able to combat and address the challenges posed in our industry at the moment. We're continuously updating the curriculum and what is included to make sure they're still fit for purpose. And we actually have a committee who reviews them on a very regular basis to make sure that they're up to date and also highly relevant in the workplace. So again, we are truly led by practitioners for practitioners. So our curriculum is designed and maintained by industry expert members who are currently working or have recently retired from the industry. This year, to start the academic year, we've relaunched content for our shipping business book, our logistics and multimodal transport. Not only the book, but the syllabus has been updated, and our course in legal principles in shipping business has a new book, updated book as well. So we are constantly working on it. Um, each course is taught in generally a modular content, depending on the exact subject, but you'll find most have about 10 modules through each course to make it easily digestible and easy to learn, which ultimately gives you greater flexibility in your schedule, particularly those that are currently working. So, what do we actually offer? What qualifications do we offer that can be of benefit to you? We have three levels of qualification. It starts with a foundation diploma. You can then move on to an advanced diploma, and both of those courses are counted towards the ultimate professional qualifying examinations. And once you've completed the professional qualifying examinations, you will be eligible for applying for membership. There are some other criteria, but our professional qualifying examinations are one of the key elements. You must have that proven knowledge of the industry before you can apply for membership. So let's start. What do I mean by foundation diploma? It's 2 subjects, the introduction to shipping plus 1 subject of your choice. It's a standalone qualification. So if you sit and pass both subjects in the same examination session, we will issue you with a foundation diploma. And you're very welcome to put that on your CV, hang it on your wall. It is a standalone qualification. But those 2 subjects also count towards your professional qualifying examinations. You can then move on to shipping business and 1 other subject of your choice. And it's the same structure as the earlier foundation diploma. So you have to sit both exams in the same exam session, and you have to pass both. Once again, if you do complete both in the same exam session, we will issue you with an advanced diploma, which again, you're very welcome to put on your CV, hang on your wall in your office, and be very proud of. Those 2 subjects also go towards the professional qualifying exams. So our standard professional qualifying exams, we have 4 compulsory subjects, which you see at the top of the screen: Introduction to Shipping, Legal Principles in Shipping Business, Economics of Sea Transport and International Trade, and Shipping Business. Then you have to choose 3 other subjects. Now, if you have done the diploma course, you would have already done Introduction to Shipping and Shipping Business and 2 of the 3 extra subjects. So you only have to do 3 more. You'll only have to do Legal Principles of Shipping Business, Economics of Sea Trade and International Trade, and also 1 other subject. Once you've completed all 7, you will be eligible, subject to some other criteria, to apply for membership of the Institute. Now, most students will complete their 7 subjects within 2 to 3 years. The average student sits about 2 exams per session. However, that may vary depending on your level of, if you're entitled to any exemptions, may also differ to your base knowledge, where you're starting from, what your experience is to date. I should say we nearly every year have some incredible students who will sit and pass all 7 subjects in 1 session. I would certainly not recommend that. For me personally, while I was working, I did 3 subjects in each exam session, and I was granted an exemption for Introduction to Shipping. So most people do 2 to 3 subjects at all. You do have to complete our exams. This is not an attendance type course. This is actually testing your knowledge. So our exams are taken in person in over 150 global exam centers. We aim to bring our exams online in future, but certainly for the November cohort, the exams will be in person in an exam center. Students have up to 3 hours per exam to complete their exam paper. Each exam is closed book, and the questions are designed to come from the syllabus. Students will be given a choice of 8 subjects, of which they must answer 5. Generally speaking, they're essay type questions, although there may be some maps and drawings and graphs required along the way. Each of the 5 questions is worth 20 marks. You have to answer five. 5 20s is 100 marks per exam. It's very simple. If you achieve 50 marks or more, you will pass. If you achieve 80 marks or more, you'll receive a distinction in that subject. For students who achieve the highest marks in each subject globally, we will invite you to our annual flagship event, which is the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers annual prize giving awards dinner, usually here in London. At that event, your achievements will be celebrated amongst some key industry figures as well as your fellow peers. To learn more about how the exams work in a prize giving event, please just have a look at our website and you can see all the details. And there's the website address for you. So I mentioned exemptions earlier. So some of you may be entitled to exemptions. So this is granted to a maximum of 4 subjects, and it must be a professional or education qualification that we have actually reviewed and granted to be the equivalent of our qualification. The qualification cannot be achieved longer than 7 years, and there's a small cost for the exemption, and we require evidence. In most cases, exemptions are granted for introduction to shipping if you have 2 or more years experience in the industry, and we need confirmation from an employer or the like to confirm that. We have a number of university degrees that we've reviewed and cover content in 1 or more of our subjects. They're actually listed on our website as well. So if you have a look through our website and see if you do have any university degrees or other similar qualifications. I should also say actually that for any seagoing members here, if you have a certificate of competence for seagoing qualifications, then we will accept that also for introduction to shipping. So please have a look at our website for further details of that. Right. So hopefully you're all enthusiastic and have decided this is the right course to launch my career in the maritime industry. How do you start? So we have 3 methods that we can talk about. We have an online academy, which is our premium product, of course, that provides 12 live classes per subject. They're all taught by industry expert tutors, some currently practicing, some recently retired, but all have very relevant, up-to-date experience, and they'll guide you through the course content and provide you support. At the end of each lesson, there is an assignment that they'll ask you to do and submit. They'll mark it, give you feedback. Their feedback's one of the most important things, so you know if you've comprehended all the relevant topics or not. And there will be a mock exam before the real exam, so you can experience what will happen in exam prior to the real exam. Each subject's taught fortnightly, and classes are recorded. So if for some reason you're unable to attend the live lecture, you will be able to catch up. We run 2 cohorts from June through to the November exams and from January through to May for the May exams. Now, although the June to November cohort has started, we will still accept registrations because the first 1 or 2 lessons you'll have obviously missed, but they are recorded. So if you're comfortable looking at the recordings of the first couple of lessons, you are still very welcome to join the online academy cohort leading up to the November exams. We offer tutorship This is our distance learning program and gives you access to a personal tutor who will provide comprehensive feedback on your assignments. We'll also provide a course book and a workbook. The workbook will provide some self-assessment questions at the end of each module and also an assignment that you'll send through to your tutor. And once again, they'll mark it and return it and give you feedback. And that feedback, I can't emphasize enough, is so valuable to make sure you've understood the key components of the last module, or perhaps there's something you need to go back and revisit to make sure you're prepared for that exam. It'll also contain some useful tips and a mock exam paper as well. Then we have our self-study. It is what it says. So it's a very hands-off approach for busy students who wish to just study independently. You register as a student, you register for the exam, you buy a course book, and then you study by yourself and turn up for the exams. So at the moment, we're just upgrading our online website and portal, but now you can still register. Go to our website, which is www.ics.org.uk, to learning to student registration. From that, you need to select your study method and select the online form. You'll see in the middle of the screen there are 3 forms for self-study or exam only. Exam only is if you've already conducted your student registration. So student registration is per student annually. Your tutorship in the middle or at the bottom is the online academy form. And when you click whichever study method you're using, it'll take you to the booking form. The first page, as you see on the right, is if you're an existing student or a new student. You'll then go through and complete your details, fill out the registration form, and select what qualifications and subjects you're wishing to study. You make your payment online, which is just like any other online payment these days, and submit it. Your registration form will be processed by one of the team here in London, and you'll receive an email when you enroll or enrollment has been completed. If you're studying with the online academy, you'll receive a separate email with your login details to our e-learning platform, and you can start your journey there straight away. If you're doing tutorship, you'll also receive a separate email to introduce you to your personal tutor who will help and guide you through the process. To compare the two, I've probably said a lot of the differences very quickly. So here's a table to show what is included and excluded in each package. So only the Online Academy package includes the annual student registration fee. If you're doing tutorship or self-study, you must pay that on top of anything else. The exam fee is included in the Online Academy course and tutorship. And then obviously the online portal and live classes are only available to the Online Academy. You will be supported by a tutor for both the Online Academy and tutorship. Assignments will be marked, and again, that valuable feedback. You have mock exams. You receive the course book. Workbook will be given to tutorship and Online Academy. There will be also the opportunity to participate in master classes and workshops, group forums. Past papers are actually on our website, so they're available to everyone. And of course, we're here in head office in London to help and support any student who has any questions or concerns about it. So it's not just me saying all this. We have a lot of very valuable feedback from past students who now gone on to become members. You'll see there a testimonial from one of our previous students who felt the course was very good at understanding her understanding of marine insurance policies, claims handling, and risk management, and she wholeheartedly recommends it. We have others. I mentioned seagoing staff before. We have a testimonial from a chief engineer. So, whilst those at sea are brilliant at ship operations and technical knowledge and expertise, these days, some of them would like to know more about commercial shipping, understanding the entire adventure, and also perhaps even wishing to come ashore one day in the future. So, because of our distance learning or online methods, we also give them flexibility to be able to learn as they're at sea or having shore leave. Rosie was a chartering and scheduling specialist, and in her words, she found our PQE to be a game changer for her, not only increasing her maritime knowledge, but career wise, directly leading to a promotion to become chartering specialist. So it's not just my words, those are words from all of them are real students who have sat our exams, and they're all very much endorsing what we're doing. That's really quickly what I have to say. So I would really urge you to start your journey with us.